judges, come on, man. I don't worry about no judges. I don't worry about any of that. It's about basically winning the fight, man. Winning the fight for the fans and the media. As long as the fans, this time around, as long as the fans and the media say, Bradley, you won that fight.
Is there an intuition?
That's all I'm doing.
I overheard you say something about Manny and the conversation that you had, and he said that he was carrying you through the fight. Is that correct?
He didn't say carrying me. He said another word, but basically he lightened up on me because God told him not to knock me out.
You feel like that's a bit ridiculous?
Yeah, I don't know what to believe. Maybe he has an ultra sense or something. I mean, there's some people are like, I don't know. I don't know what he believes. Maybe he did. I don't know.
You seem so confident about this fight. What do you think Manny has to do to beat you?
Knock me out. It's the only way. Manny has to knock me out.
You feel you have something to prove in this fight?
Do I have something to prove? I don't feel I have anything to prove. I just feel that I have to win decisively so you guys, so the fans can say good things about me and say that, hey, Bradley won that fight. He won the fight. And so, like, the judges don't even really matter. The judges don't really matter to me. I'm not worried about the judges. I just want you guys to say, damn it, Bradley, you won the fight. You should have won the fight if something was occurred. And I'm happy with that, because then I can walk down the street and be like, I gotta win over Pacquiao, regardless of what any of the judges thought. But I won, and the fans, and the media, and everybody seen it.
Do you feel the judges, there's something about your style that some judges don't get or can't catch? I thought you won your last fight handily. I thought it was one of your best performances against Marquez, but it was still a split decision.
Well, what happens is that it puts a lot of pressure on the judges, all this controversy and stuff, and it puts us so much pressure on it. And this fight's going to be even worse. This fight's going to be even worse. It's going to put so much pressure on getting the right victor, and on these judges. And if the fights are close, the rounds are close, it's like who they give it to. They're going to really have to make a split-second decision on who they're going to give that round to, and that's what it boils down to, man. It can be human error. I mean, we're not perfect. There's bad calls all the time, but that's just the way it is. It's in sports, and it's in every sport.
Is there any concern about Glenn Trowbridge, the veteran Vegas judge who was assigned to this fight?
I don't even know who that is.
Well, in the third fight between Manny Pacquiao and Marquez, which a lot of people thought Marquez won, a lot of folks thought it was like an even type fight. Trowbridge had Pacquiao winning 116-112.
I really don't know.
You totally put the judges out of your mind before every fight.
I don't really focus on the judges. I don't know them. Listen, what is going to happen that night is going to happen. I know I'm prepared to go to war. I know I'm prepared to fight my fight, and that's what I'm going to do in there. I'm not going to be sitting there worrying about no judges or worrying about the outcome. The only outcome I want is winning, whooping his behind, and winning the fight. That's it.
Since the last time you fought Pacquiao, a lot of people feel like you've gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
And you have tough skin. You can take a good punch, and you have more heart than Carter Liverpool.
Yeah.
How do you assess your progress?
I think my progress comes from everything that happened to me in the past. I think that it sucked what went on in the first fight, what happened. I think that the controversy completely made me stronger, tougher, more acceptable to what anybody say about me. Don't care what they say about me. I know who I am. I know what I've done. I've done some great things in boxing. I love my career. I love what I'm doing. I know I'm a hard worker. I've earned every right to be in this position. There's really nothing that anybody can say to me now that can affect me. And then on top of that, I learned in the Ruslan fight that, damn it, I need to listen to my corner and not go out there and think I'm Rocky or somebody and fight a stupid fight. That boxing is still an intelligent sport, and you really just can't rush in there and just think that you're gonna do whatever you want to do. And I hope Manny thinks he can do that. I hope Manny thinks he can come in there and just do and think he can do whatever he want to do, because once he gets hit upside that head, he don't think twice about it. He gonna have a relapse.
Do you feel that, you know, you mentioned that Manny has lost that drive, that killer instinct. Tell me more about that.
Well, I really didn't pay attention to it too much. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. I think he's one of the best in the sports. I really, what I paid attention to was basically some of the comments from his team, some of the comments from Freddie Roach, some of the comments from his fans. I'm pretty sure you heard this. Freddie Roach say, you know, Manny's too compassionate, you know, with these guys, his sparring partners. You know, he doesn't want to take them out. He doesn't want to completely dominate them. I'm sure you guys hang around the wild card gym. You hear it all the time. He has said it. Some of you guys have written it. I've read it. And then in a face-off, or when I saw Manny, you know, he basically said that he basically carried me, but not in that word saying that he carried me, but he just said that God told him not to knock me out. And I was just like, really? And that he didn't train hard for me, that he underestimated me. And during the whole first fight, it was like, he's training harder than ever. He's looking this, he's looking that. So it's just like, I don't believe a lot of the things that's said in the media. I really don't, unless it comes from the horse's mouth. He said it himself. So Freddie has said it himself. So that's why I started believing it. And I started reading vlogs and stuff from his fans saying that, man, Manny needs to retire. He's not the same. I've never really seen him back up in a fight. And I was like, damn, I really haven't either. And then in the Rios fight, he took a step back in the last round when he was trying to go out, and he should have went out and try to take him out because he's Manny. And then I go back and I'm like, okay, I should start going back and tracing history. And a lot of people saying, well, you offended him when you said when was the last time he knocked somebody out. And I was like, well, when was the last time he knocked somebody? I mean, you've been fighting great opposition, top opposition, but when? And they said, well, Bradley, when the heck do you knock somebody out? Well, that's not me. That's not my MO. I'm not a knockout artist. He's the knockout machine. You know, and so if I pissed anybody off, I shouldn't have, because if you get pissed off, then you have to somewhat believe it.
Tim, 2 years ago, most people didn't believe that you belong in the ring with Pacquiao. 2 years now, you talk like he doesn't belong in the ring with you. Is that the way you feel?
It's not like that he doesn't belong in the ring with me. I just feel like it's my time. I feel Pacquiao's a tremendous fighter. I feel that, you know, he's still one of the best in the business. Even though when he got knocked out, everybody was like, well, you think he's gonna bounce? I'm like, yeah, he's gonna bounce back. He's a fighter. He's gonna bounce back. He's a lot of heart. He wouldn't be where he's at if he didn't have heart. But I just feel that my confidence level, the fact that I had a great 2013, the fact that I know myself a lot more than I have, you know, in the past. I mean, I just feel that I'm just a lot more ahead of the game now than I was 2 years ago. That's all.
In the prime of your career.
Yep.
The very peak of it.
Yep.
And he's sort of going out the other way.
Well, he's 36 years old now, and he's been in tremendous amount of wars. So he has over like 60 or 70 fights. I mean, he's fought everybody.
Yeah. So it has to speak volume to win this fight.
That's it. It's the only thing that matters. I've said over and over to my team, I said, this fight is the only fight that I care about in my whole career. I don't ever have to lace up another pair of gloves again if I didn't choose to do it, if I didn't want to do it after I win this fight. And because it's that important to me. And it's a must-win fight for me. I have to win this fight. I'm going to win this fight. And anything after that is just gravy. Anything after this is just gravy. Just icing on the cake for me, man. This is the top for me. Manny Pacquiao has done so much in the sport of boxing. He's a living legend, still fighting. And to beat a guy like him and to get the fans' approval, to get the world's approval, I mean, that's good enough for me, man. That, hey, Bradley beat him. He's a true fighter. He's a true champion. One hell of a team he has. Congratulations to Tim Bradley.
Tim, what would you do differently in this fight as opposed to the last fight? Aside from wear socks.
Well, I'm definitely wearing socks this time around.
What was the deal with that anyway? Because I know Freddie was cracking on you a little bit yesterday for that.
Yeah, Freddie can crack on whatever he want to crack on. That's Freddie. He says whatever he wants. It doesn't bother me, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be me and Manny in the ring, so it doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what Manny says. What matters is this.
Just out of curiosity, what was the deal with the socks and what happened with that? Because for those that don't know.
That's what happens when you read Mike Tyson books. Being a boxing fan, and I read a Tyson book, and I read he didn't wear socks, and I was like, I'm gonna try that, man. So I started trying it in sparring and stuff, and I felt pretty good. It felt natural. It felt like, dang, I can feel the canvas a little bit more, a lot better. I can grip the canvas, my toes are loose. So I was like, fight time came, I had my socks there, I was like, do I put them on, do I not? I'm not gonna wear them. Put the shoe on, get in the ring, bounce around, I'm like, damn, this ring is spongy. Damn, this ring is bouncy. I felt like I was in a WWE ring, man. It was bouncy, felt like I had springs on it, and it was soft, and like my foot sunken down in it. I was like, this ring is terrible. I didn't think of it at that time. Sure. When the fight was about to happen, I didn't think about it at that time, but I was just saying to myself, like, this ring's spongy. So when I started boxing them, and I was pulling, coming back, pulling back, I could just feel my feet shifting around in my shoe. And my foot just kept shifting back and forth. And then all of a sudden, I think it was in the last round, I went back, he stepped on my foot, I went back, and then pow, I felt something pop on the top of my foot. It was actually on the top of my foot, but it actually happened on the bottom of my foot. I felt like a big boom. And I was like, I think I broke a bone in my foot. Go back to my corner, I'm like, oh God, I'm like, Joel, I think I broke a bone in my foot. And he's like, what? He's like, whoa, you got two options. You can quit or you can go. Which one are you gonna do? And I'm like, and I'm here, and my dad says, Muhammad Ali fought 15 rounds with a broken jaw. Come on, suck it up. And I'm like, oh shit, I think he did. I think he did. I'm like, well, I'm here now. I had to really think about it. I'm like, I'm here now. I'm in a fight with one of the baddest dudes in the planet. My foot's injured. Holy crap, how the hell am I gonna deal with this? So I go out there, I take my chances, I be gutsy, I fight back, I do what I can, and then fourth round, boom, rolled my ankle. I think I was favoring my right side. I stepped back to get out of the way from one of Manny's punches, came back, foot gave away, rolled that right ankle, and then I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Joel's telling me, I go back to the corner, I'm like, my other foot, fuck your foot. How about your foot? And I'm like, okay, you're gonna win this fight, and he's uplifting me, and he lifted my spirit. My team is just pumping me. Come on, champ, come on. One round at a time, come on. And they pumping me up, man, and I'm just like, okay. And then sometimes I would grimace, I'll put my head down, and Joel bring my head back up. Keep your head up, come on, keep your head up. So it's just like my team. If I didn't have my team, my corner, Joel Diaz, I probably wouldn't have made it through, man. And there's been a lot of disappointed people because I couldn't continue. Everybody been wondering why. Manny never knew he hurt my feet, that my feet would hurt, that I hurt my feet because I don't like to show pain. But that's what happens, man. And you live and you learn. And I've learned my lesson. I will be wearing socks. For this fight, I will be wearing socks.
What was the prognosis after the fight with the foot?
Pulled ligaments on the bottom of my foot, and then I had a severe sprain on the right foot.
You feel it'll be different this time with no foot injuries?
Oh yeah, it'd be way different, man. I say this, man, after the first round, I was like, is this the damn best fighter in the world? I don't think so. I think I'm the best because I felt like I was able to control and make him dance in my rhythm after the first round. First round was close. He didn't come on to the end. That's when he came on and landed a few good shots on me. But I controlled the round the whole time. And I was just like, oh man, I got this. oh, this is a piece of cake. This okay, all right. That's how I felt. I felt like I was the better fighter, and I know that as the rounds go on, they make adjustments and stuff like that. But for me, it takes 2 rounds for me to know if I'm gonna have a good day or a bad day. That's all it takes. 2 rounds.
In the Provodnikov fight, you were hit with some pretty good shots.
I was hit with
How
some
do
hard
you
shots.
compare getting hit by Pacquiao to Provodnikov?
Provodnikov, there was a lot of factors that went on in that fight. I won't get into it. I don't want to waste your time with that. But Provodnikov has very heavy hands, and he has very thudding punches. And he caught me at times where I didn't see the punches coming. So he was able to land those type of shots, and I didn't see them coming.
Timothy, hold up,
And he hurt
please.
me.
You well?